Hi, this is Rebecca. I am just documenting my first attempt at dyeing yarn. So I have this Vidalana Tiptoe Sock yarn, and I am not sure. I want to try making a sock out of this yarn, but it is a little rough because of the linen content. And then if I did make a sock out of it, it kind of has like a very pale yellow-greenish color. So I thought if I did make a sock, I would want to dye it. So I am going to try using RIT dye and vinegar. Now, it says to use half a bottle or 4 ounces per pound of fabric. Now I have about a 1/4 pound of yarn in here, and basically what I did is, right now I just have it soaking in like room temperature water to kind of prepare it, I guess. So I think I only need like 1 ounce of dye, so I'm going to use a shot glass to measure it, because that's like 1.5 ounces. And this, I heard to make a solid color, you can pour it, like take the yarn out and pour it into the water and then add the yarn to the water. I'm going to try for more variegated, so I'm going to pour the dye on top, and then I'm going to figure out about how much vinegar I need, which I think I'm going to go with 1/2 cup, just to be safe. So let me get my gloves on and we'll pour. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is add the vinegar. I don't know if that's right. And for a pound, it was saying to use 1 cup. So since I have like a 1/4 pound, I guess maybe a 1/4 cup would be okay, but I'm just going to use 1/2 cup. And then I'm going to pour in the dye. Oh. I think I might need more. And of course I used one that's the same color as the pan. I think that'll be enough. So I'm just gonna kind of gently jostle the fibers to make sure the dye is reaching them all. And then you want to bring it to a light boil, not a rolling boil. And then you basically, once you heat it up, you wait until all the dye is absorbed. So I'm going to come back when this starts boiling a little bit. Okay, so we're getting close to boiling, but it appears that we've already soaked up all the dye. And I think I might want the yarn a little darker than that. So I'm just going to add in, actually I'm going to add in some gray. Okay, got about 1/2 ounce of gray, which is really thick for some reason, but I'm just going to put this in there. It smells like Easter egg dyeing over here. And kind of squish that around. Oh, so I didn't explain. You're supposed to have the water so it goes a little bit over the yarn. And then when you're using like natural wool fibers, you're supposed to use an acid dye. Now this also has linen in it, which is a plant fiber. So I'm a little confused on like, but I think this is also for natural fibers because it says cotton. It's like an all-purpose dye. Add 1 cup of vinegar. Yeah, for 1 pound. Anyway. So this is starting to almost slowly boil. Yep, starting to boil. So I'm going to reduce the heat to low, just a little bit above low, and basically let it do its thing. And I'm going to check back in about 15 minutes and see what it looks like. Alright, so this is what we have after 15 minutes. So it still looks like there's still a little bit of the gray dye in there, but not a whole lot. So I think what I'm going to do is take it off the heat and just let it sit for like half an hour. And then I'm going to rinse it out in the sink with cool water and we'll see what we got. Okay, so I let it sit for a little over half an hour and the water is looking fairly clear. And I think I might have accidentally dyed this yarn mostly black. But oh well. So what I'm going to do now is just rinse this out with cool water and then wring out the excess water. Okay, so note to self, buy some brighter colors. I guess I should have known that navy blue and gray would make. I mostly got a dark gray. We got some spots that were missed, which is okay. That will just add some interest. Especially around the ties. I need to be more careful next time I do this to get the areas where the yarn was tied, because I missed that. But still better color than, in my opinion, than that. So I am going to set this out to dry, put it in into a hank, and then I think I'm going to wind it into a ball. But yes, this is all rinsed out. Doesn't really smell like vinegar anymore. It smelled like I was dyeing Easter eggs in here, but I rinsed all the water out and all the vinegar. So yes, I'm going to set this out to dry, and then I am going to ball it up. Okay, so this is a final update on this yarn. So I ended up dyeing it again with 1 ounce of teal dye and half a cup of vinegar, because I wanted to cover up the spots that I missed, like around here. So yeah, it's mostly I guess, navy blue / gray color. And it's got some kind of tonal variations in it. So I did the dye again with teal, and then I used this Colorstay fixative because this yarn has linen in it. And it's for, I guess if I just do animal fibers, I don't need this. But since it has linen, this will just help the colors not bleed as much. So this says 1/2 bottle per pound, and I had 1/4 pound of yarn. So I used 1/8 of the bottle, which was like 1 ounce, and then I had on the stove at about 200 degrees for 20 minutes. And then I rinsed it out, and this is what I got. I hung up to dry for about 12 hours. It's not completely dry. It's getting there. And again, this was the original color, just a linen color, I guess. In real life, it looks like kind of a light pale green. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this came out. I guess I wish I was a little more blue and a little less black or gray, but I think for my first try, it's pretty good, and I definitely like it better than this color. So I am working on a pair of socks right now, but when I'm done with that, I'll just put this on my ball winder and whip it up. So, yep, there's my yarn. I want to thank you for watching, and have a good day.